Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming this morning. This is Shelley, your BDM, and I have a special guest of Dave Atherton here from Journey Beyond. He's going to talk to you today about the exciting new launch of the 1920 season for the Ghan and Indian Pacific. Sorry, the Ghan, I should be saying. So we'd normally have a question and answer session going on at the same time that Blaze runs. Unfortunately, we're having technical difficulties with that today. So unfortunately, no questions are able to be asked during the process on Skype. But if you do have some, you can send them through to our Facebook group, or you can email them to us as well. We'll be happy to answer. So I will hand over to Dave.
Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's all well, and great that you can join us this morning. Thank you very much, Shelley, for inviting us along. It's great to be here. So just to give you a bit of an introduction, most of you probably won't have heard of Journey Beyond before, but Journey Beyond is the overarching group that encompasses not only the rail businesses of the Ghan, the Indian Pacific and the Overland, but also our marine businesses in Rottnest Express, based in Fremantle, and Cruise with Sundays in Airlie Beach. So we're Australia's newest experiential tourism brand. And as we've gone with the trains, we're really trying to bring everything along as that experiential journey in Australia. So we have 4 offices across Australia. Our head office for Journey Beyond is based in Adelaide, along with the trains. And then we have Cruise with Sundays in Airlie Beach and Rottnest Express in Fremantle, as I mentioned. But I'm here to talk to you about the trains themselves, specifically the Ghan and the Indian Pacific. And as of Monday, we just opened up our reservations for 1920. So we now have availability right up to travel into 31 March 2020. So it seems a long way away, but it's amazing how many people are booking in advance these days. So we're there ready to take your bookings. And what's great and really exciting is the fact that we've launched our new holiday packages program. Now, for several years, we've had a packages program in the domestic market, but we're really pleased to be launching this out into the international markets, including New Zealand. And with our holiday packages program, we've redesigned them into themes. There are actually 39 new packages this year that we're offering out into the market, and they're all under various themes. Obviously, Outback is one of those themes, and as well as food and wine, nature, adventure, indigenous, beaches as well, which you'll see the Reef to Reef program sits under the beaches area, as well as some rail and sail and city stops. So there's a good variety of options and opportunities there, anywhere from 5-6 days right through to 21 nights packages. Using the train as a base and packaging the destination around that. The Ghan this year will have an increased break for approximately 2 months. So we'll not operate in December and January 2019-2020, replacing the 4-week break it traditionally has. But also what's great this year is the Ghan will be celebrating its 90th anniversary. Now we tend to term this as the Ghanniversary, and at this moment in time, that departure Adelaide to Darwin on the 4th of August will currently be blocked out in the system, and more details will be distributed in time with regards to what special plans we're creating for that Ghanniversary. So watch this space on that front. Just with regards to our single cabins, so with our single cabins, we've increased the differential. So you may remember that we have single cabins are our lead-in fare. And what we've done for 1920 is increased it from 5% to 10% difference in shoulder and low season. So the gold singles offer a great value opportunity for those traveling. Doesn't have to be just for single travelers. It gives opportunity for having couples in 2 separate bedrooms and still have the facilities. So a good entry fare, being the cheapest fare into the product range. The gold singles were just refurbished last year, so they're looking really, really good and nice, comfortable places. The Ghan Expedition is really the pinnacle of what we offer as far as your experiential journey through the outback, operating from Darwin down to Adelaide. It's a 4-day and 3-night experience with extended off-train touring options. Now in its 5th season, and will operate for 8 months this year, from March through to October, and will begin again in March 2020 as well. So that will be on sale also. So it's proving very, very popular, and that's why we've extended the season over the past few years. So we're now at 8 months travel. One of the highlights of the Ghan Expedition is really our dinner in Alice Springs at the Telegraph Station, which you see an image there. But we do now offer seasonal fares on the Ghan Expedition as well. So we'll have a shoulder season fare, which is in your March-April period, and then you've got September-October for your also shoulder season, and then the rest of the time is our high season. So we do have those varying fares there for you as well. One of the other features of the Ghan Expedition is obviously the scenic flight to Uluru. So for years, obviously, if you were traveling through on the Ghan, you wouldn't be able to actually do Uluru as part of the full journey, but obviously with the Ghan Expedition, we have an extended stop of about 12 hours in Alice Springs, and that allows the opportunity for guests to upgrade and do a scenic flight over to Uluru. We do recommend this is pre-booked in advance. It is commissionable. It is the one-off train excursion. You can pre-book in advance, and it is restricted to about 32 guests. So another reason why people should book this in advance. It retails for 1,249 Australian dollars. Obviously, Rail Plus will convert that into New Zealand dollars for you. But again, as I say, we do recommend that it's pre-booked. They are in small fixed-wing aircraft, anywhere from 4 to 12 seat aircraft, and you get commentary. It also includes a 2-hour base tour of Uluru itself, as well as lunch overlooking Uluru and a scenic flight over Katajuta and Uluru itself as well. Indian Pacific. So the Indian Pacific obviously operates across the country from Perth through to Sydney. We've got some seasonal fares on that going forward. We've actually introduced a new low season, so this is really good for the New Zealand market. So June, July will now be low season, so that brings the fare down for travel in that period, and that will be accompanied also as well with December and January, which will also be low season. So you've got 2 low season periods in there now for the Indian Pacific, bringing those fares down and making it very competitive. The Indian Pacific as well will be celebrating an anniversary this year. It'll be in 2020. Sorry, it'll be 50th anniversary, and that anniversary train will be operating from Perth to Sydney on the 23rd of February 2020. So again, watch this space with regards to the celebrations around the Indian Pacific's 50th anniversary. I just wanted to go back and just highlight some of the seasonality changes. So we've got this little grid which sort of just simplifies how we're operating that seasonality. So you'll notice with the Ghan for 2019-20, you've got the 2 months off there in December and January. February moves from being a low season up to a shoulder season, but the reverse also happens for the Indian Pacific, with us dropping that from a shoulder season down to a low season. So there is some price variation there. In general, prices are about 1.5% increases across the board, but obviously with moving from shoulder seasons to low season, it brings the fare down. And that just really sort of sums up a quick update on what's happening with us with regards to the trains as part of Journey Beyond. It's really good to be working with Rail Plus and pushing out the packages into the New Zealand market. We do hope that you'll embrace them, have a look at them, and really look to sell some more inclusive rail-based packages. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for being here, Dave. That was really informative. I'm just going to touch on what we've got going on with the new launch this week. It's been very busy so far as usual, so make sure you are booking your Platinum in particular very fast, because they sell out fast. We have a quiz going at the moment, which is great. On the specials tab on the website, you'll find that. You can do a quiz and you can get a spot on Familiar on the Ghan expedition. So we have 2 spots up for grabs, one if you do the really easy quiz, and 2 if you book the pretty exciting new package of Reef to Reef. So make sure you check that out on our website. And as you know, you can book through emailing us at info or phoning the res team, but you can also use the Great Train Journeys team. So you can phone the Great Train Journeys line or use gtj@railplus.co.nz. So the Ghan and Indian Pacific can also be booked through Great Train Journeys. Yeah, unfortunately we didn't have the question and answer things set up today, but if you do have any questions, feel free to email them to me, spunts@railplus. And I can answer them for you. So yeah, just recapping that there are quite a few changes for 1920 and that it is still a busy, very busy service. So get in as soon as possible to book these. Thank you very much for coming this morning. See ya.